What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 1 of the Advanced Warfare Multiplayer Master Guide. That's a lot of words. Thank you guys for tuning in today. This series is going to be all about breaking down all of the aspects, just about all the aspects, of Call of Duty Advanced Warfare Multiplayer. Top to bottom, left to right, mechanics, weapons, equipment, attachments, just about everything. We're going to cover the entire scale of the game to hopefully help you guys become masters of Advanced Warfare. So this very first episode is about understanding how the minimap works in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. With the exo movements and all that kind of stuff added in, there are a few new elements on the minimap that you guys should be aware of and hopefully give you a better idea of how to understand where your enemies are and when you're going to be showing up on your enemy's minimap. So in this case, the enemy is approaching me from the other side of this building. Now, you'll see that the red circle is actually just outlined. It's not filled in. That means the enemy is on the same level as you. They're not above you, they're not below you, and they're not shooting their weapon. So one important thing to remember about Advanced Warfare is that the exo movement, unless you're using the Blast Suppressor perk, all of your enemy exo movements also appear on the minimap. Again, unless they're using the Blast Suppressor perk. So when they slide, when they double jump, when they do any exo movements, they're going to appear on your minimap. As you can see the enemy jumping up in the air, that exo movement radius appears on the minimap, and I'd be able to tell exactly where that enemy is. Now, when the enemy is above you, there's going to be a small line right above their circle to indicate, obviously, that the enemy is above you. This circle will fill completely red when the enemy is shooting an unsilenced weapon. So a lot of people asked, what's the difference between an outlined circle and a full red circle? The full red circle just means that enemy is shooting, and the outlined circle means that they're not currently shooting their weapon. So let's flip real quick so you guys can see how the enemy appears when they're below you on the minimap. Again, the line will appear beneath their icon when they're below you and above their icon when they're above you. Common logic. This stuff is pretty easy to understand. Now, this footage is from a private match that had the UAV constantly going, so this isn't how the enemies are going to appear all the time. Only when you have a UAV up are you going to be able to see where they are. Now, it's important to also understand that when you shoot your weapon, there's also going to be a red outline around your icon. This means that enemies can tell where you are. When you see the red border around your player's icon, or when you see the blast radius from your exosuit, that means that enemies can also see that as well. So this is why the Blast Suppressor perk is actually very important. I'm going to do a video on that perk sometime in the near future, but it's a very, very, very useful perk. I can't really stress that enough. So one final note, if you've been playing this game, you can probably tell that I have the Peripherals perk attached, which is going to make your minimap larger. That in this game is also a very, very useful perk because of the way that people appear on your minimap. It's a very, very good idea to have that minimap a little bit bigger than normal. It doesn't really distract from your view. It's not overly massive to where, it's going to throw you off guard or make you, lose a gunfight. It's a very good size and it shouldn't affect your game at all. So that's going to wrap up this first episode. Hopefully you guys have a little bit of a better understanding of how the minimap works in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Some of you might have already known this information, which is fine, but I know a lot of people may not have been clear about how exactly certain things worked on the minimap, so hopefully that broke it down for you as clearly as possible. So thank you guys for watching. Be sure to subscribe right now for much more Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Leave a like on this video before you leave. And once again, I appreciate you guys joining me on this very first episode of the Advanced Warfare Master Guide. In the next episode, we're going to be talking about the Spike drone, and I'm going to show you guys some stuff that you may not know about it and show you why it's actually a very, very cool piece of equipment. It's one of my favorites so far. So thank you guys once again for watching. I'm the Dank, and I'll see you soon.